Hi painters, hi creatives, how are you guys doing? Wanted to show you a really quick, fun little piece that I was able to create. I am going to be doing an in-person paint with me at the Marion Public Library, and it's going to be so much fun. And we wanted to do kind of a themey Christmas thing in December, which I decided would be a cactus wreath. How cute, right? So in the beginning there, I showed you my sketch because whenever you're coming up with something, it's really good to get a basic little outline. And that kind of helps keep you on track, especially if you're going to teach somebody else how to do it step by step, then you can see all the steps that you first did. And then I showed you the actual painting that will be following along. And right now, what you're watching is me painting it. So this took about 30 minutes. Of course, if this was in a class or if it was a paint along, it would probably take an hour, hour and a half. And especially a little more time for personalization. But when it's just me and I've done it a couple of times, I can get really good and really quick and we can bust them out. Also, in this little tiny tutorial, there was no dry time. So I went ahead and painted wet on wet, which isn't preferable. And I don't think we should do this every time. But since we're not letting the paint dry, we did get a little bit of streaks, a couple of little things like that. And you can see here in the video, the paint is still very wet and shiny, even when I go into the next thing. So the first thing I started with was our pretty red bow. And you start by just making the shapes, right? That always helps you when you're painting with acrylics to get kind of almost an outline without getting a hard pencil line. So we did that pretty background that's supposed to look kind of barnwoody, kind of rustic. And then we got our shapes on. So the bow, and then we did our petals for our cactus. And now what you're seeing is me just going through, and it's, in my opinion, the most important thing about any kind of painting, especially in this fun, whimsical style, is highlights and shadows. So of course the black is used for shadows, and that helps to bring life and a 3D effect to your paintings. And then the white goes over with amazing highlights, and it really makes those pop, especially these cactus petals that are all the same color. You're able to really see this is an individual petal just by adding that white highlight. And then the polka dots that you see, luckily they look a little snowy and they're really cute, but that's where the spines would be in our cactus. I didn't think I wanted to do lines. I thought that would make this painting maybe a little too busy for the spines, so instead we did dots. Now what you'll see is that I'm going over and drawing in what is a cord for Christmas lights. And of course you go over and under, over and under. So you kind of got to make sure that you're doing the right over and under, so it looks like it's really wove around this wreath. And then I decided to pick 4 bright colors for my string lights. I have a big opinion on string lights. I'm not a huge fan of the LED, very, very bright colored ones. I like the 90s, well, probably even further back than that, version of the little lights that had the pink bulb in them. The new lights don't have a pretty pink bulb, and I just absolutely love the pink and yellowy orange bulbs. So that's what I did here. But this was so fun and so easy. And don't forget to sign your name. Have a good one, guys. Bye.